What up, guys and girls? Another brand new video coming at you today. We are back for another round of the Race Spec F1 Esports F2 Pacific Sprint Series for Season 3. We'll get to the highlights for round number 4 at Monaco very, very shortly, but let's take you through the last couple of rounds in between the first round at Bahrain and, well, what will be eventually Monaco. So the second round was here at Zandvoort around the Netherlands. And remember, the calendar, I think, was based on the... Well, originally the calendar was based on like what the original F2 calendar was going to look like for the 2020 season, but of course COVID had other ideas. So you can see we're in the wet weather conditions here. Qualifying was absolutely shocking, I think, for me. We're going side by side here with ACW in the Trident car. We managed to avoid any more dramas there. So we managed to get through it all cleanly. We only had 13 cars here as well, which is, I mean, it's a little bit low for this round considering what happened in the first round as well. So as we're getting a little bit sideways coming through the first couple of corners. Oh, I can't even remember what number corner that is, but we ran it out a little bit too wide there in the end, and in the end we dropped a couple of spots, and I run a little bit too wide, and we're off the road completely. It turns 8, that one was. But somebody else in the front there was actually had a spin as well. I believe it was Pure Gold there in the other Trident car, but we're just trying to get ourselves back going here again. Bearing in mind I had 0 practice again going into this round. To cut a couple of laps later, the weather did slowly improve itself, but unfortunately for me, I didn't improve myself, and again I went for a spin. So this race was really going around the drain big time here, and I think by about this time you can see the big gap that was between the next car in front there. So yeah, I basically retired from the end of the feature race for that one.
It's a total embarrassment, I would be.
You can tell not overly too thrilled about that one. So hopefully a little bit of a recovery for the sprint race. See what we can do here. Thankfully it was dry, so that's a bit of a relief there. Anyway, so getting a decent start there alongside Pure Gold. I think somebody else did join late during qualifying during the feature race. Can't actually remember who it was. My teammate's a bit of sideways. There's a bit of cars off the road being G-Force, Crichton and Swaggies. We get a little bit caught up with Swaggy. I tried hanging on to it, and in the end, we've got front wing damage.
Yep. Mind that front wing. It'll need replacing if it takes too much damage.
And, well, I mean, that pretty much just sums up the weekend that I had around Zandvoort, to be fair.
I told you it would fail, and it has.
Yep, I was hoping to make some sort of a comeback through there.
Zandvoort is absolutely shit-ass in Formula 2 cars.
And you could tell, well, I mean, I called it a day. Unfortunately, I sped into the pit lane
and quit,
and that was pretty much it.
Okay, thanks, guys.
That was that round, unfortunately, for Zandvoort. Get to round 3, which was the Spanish Grand Prix, and well, again, qualifying wasn't ideal. We got a little bit better in P11. It's had a pretty decent start. So ACW has not got great starts. But yeah, I think we did all right here at Spain last time in Formula 2. But they're going side by side through there. It's G-Force Aaron there already. UNI Virtuosi. That's Cloudsy there on the right-hand side. His gamer tag wasn't showing for me. I don't know why. Somebody out very wide. That's G-Force Dre. I think it was, well, I wasn't sure at the time, but I think it was.
Stay on the track.
A little bit too wide.
Sorry, Zach.
As I made contact with the G-Force Crichton there. So, again, I apologise to Zach if there was front wing damage, but goes for well, I mean, it was sort of a move there. Not really, but he gets the move done in the end because of the slide eventually around Spain.
Sorry, Zach, about that.
Yeah, you tell I apologise to Zach about that one. But, and then you can see these two ARTs cars. They would go side by side through the chicane.
Do a pass there.
And Zach actually got the move done there. I don't know how the hell he did it, but he got the move done in the end.
That's a warning. Come on, man.
Get a warning there for track limits. And now we're going to see if we can try and get a past here on G-Force Dre.
Come on.
Try to get everything we can. Going a little bit later on the brakes. We're going to hang it around the outside. There's a little bit of contact there between myself and Dre. But we think we got the move done. Unless he tries to do the switchback here, which he might do. But,
somehow that works.
Quite worked out there in the end. But going down to turn... what number this is turn 4, I think. So we get a little bit too sideways,
God.
and we end up in the gravel and go for a full spin. So,
Well, it always
Yeah.
goes pear-shaped somewhere, doesn't it?
yeah, that pretty much just sums up my year so far in the Formula 2 season as we get a little bit drifting through there. I actually started on the harder compounded tyres as well, so this plane was definitely going down the drain. I stayed out for another couple of laps, but we lost the rears.
Too much rear brakes?
Yeah, probably too much rear brake. It was just more of a testing session, really, sort of, because I didn't feel comfortable with the braking around here. I don't know what it was, but I just didn't feel comfortable at all. It's probably something to do with the load still as well, considering I have changed between that and the clutch pedal. It's a little bit sideways and actually nearly have a moment.
Boy. No, that's my race.
Thankfully, the ghosting did work, so that was Wogboy there. It was in the MP Motorsport car. It actually went through me there, so that was pretty lucky that didn't end badly, to say the least. Aaron is already out of this race. See, I'm going sideways here, and, well, you can tell I've had enough of this feature race here, so I basically went into the pit lane here and absolutely speed going into the pit lane by absolute mile and retire from the feature race. So, yeah, these last couple of races have not gone to plan here. So we start from P14 for the sprint race. We have a decent start. The Rock didn't get the greatest of starts, but unfortunately we get on the grass, and it's probably not the ideal way.
Okay, not the grass.
Yeah, you can tell.
That was a bad idea.
Very bad idea, unfortunately, going on the grass there. But now through turn 1 we go. A little bit sideways there with the Rock, but we managed to, excuse me, get the position. This car's going every which way.
I'm going to go off in a minute.
There's a little bit of a moment there, and that caught me out big time there, unfortunately. That's lost me a bunch of time and a position there in the end. But we cut a couple of laps later to lap 3. G-Force Dre, I think, had a moment as well somewhere along the line here. But we're just trying to close into the cars in front. We take the curb too much and go for a spin. And the front wing goes. And, well, that was enough to DNF out of the race. So, yeah, that was both Dutch GP and the Spanish Grand Prix. Not ideal, to say the least.
Only 11 of us here tonight,
and
so
we now move on to Monaco, which is
fucks up. Then we've got a good chance.
Was I looking forward to this one? Not really, to say the least. Considering last season as well, I was actually out on the yachts. I think at this point.
What's the weather like?
Well, actually, after the end of the race, I should say, I was
fine.
Lovely. The end of the the end of the race. I was out on the yachts. So
let's go.
It's
if we fail around here, I'll be heading towards the
what
yachts.
we can achieve around here, because no, not much really goals around here. Just try and survive, really. That's all you can do around Monaco. We've also got G-Force Crossy's point of view on the top right of your screen as well to see the comparisons that we have. You see I make a meal of turn 1, taking too much lock breakdown into turn 1, locking the rears. You see Crossy is absolutely way in front at this point in time as I nudge the wall there going through Casino. I think that is Casino. I'm not actually 100% sure. Where's the... No, sorry, Massenet. But then it was Casino. Now, got more front wing damage, you can tell. So I'm basically going to have to take this for the rest of the lap here. Through the hairpin. The Lowe's hairpin, I think it used to be called. Or apparently it's called the Hotel hairpin. I thought it was known as the Lowe's hairpin anyway. Through one of the Mirabeaus in turn 7. Now through the tunnel. I'm sorry, Portier and the tunnel section.
Well accustomed to.
Now at the Novel chicane, you can tell Crossy's way in front of this stage. I'm absolutely making a meal of the Novel chicane. So you can tell my lap is definitely going down the drain, and I didn't actually invalidate. Somehow I didn't, but through Tabac we go. Crossy's already towards Rascas at this point in time as we come through the swimming pool section, taking nice and cautiously. As he comes through the final couple of corners, Anthony Nodes, and I think he's looking on track, potentially have a good position here at Monaco, and it looks like he's got pole.
It's not going to be pole, probably going to be last.
We'll wait and see where we cross the line here, but I was hoping that a few guys would get disqualified, which there was. In the end, there was a couple that got disqualified. There's a replay on board with Wogboy, who's actually had a similar sort of thing to what happened to me, tagging the
I'll say the
wall.
least.
That was
I don't
actually
know
coming
how
out of the
I
tunnel
survived
section there,
that,
which
but,
is,
anyway.
well, it's a common theme
We'll move on from that.
to actually hit the wall
Teammate
there.
up
But,
at P2, very nice.
but
Crossy
it's
with the
position
pole.
8 in the
Head
end
bonus
for
points.
ourselves. My teammate Cloudsy, actually, it's a
ACW,
really ripper
Spilly,
job there to get in
Wog
position
Boy,
2.
Dre.
ACW and
Look at
P3,
me,
Spilly
5
4th,
seconds off
Wog
the pace,
Boy,
I am shit slow.
G-Force Dre, then Curving,
I
myself,
don't really
Stone
drive the Formula
Towel,
2 cars
G-Force
much.
Crichton, and Pure rounds at your 11 cars. So
what do we start on?
so we're a little bit down on numbers as well for this round as
What
well.
is
We were missing
everybody
Plebs
else
because I think
starting
he
on,
was
I wonder?
away for this round.
Super softs.
So I think we've got a
Where's the
different
report page?
host.
Did
I
anything
think
occur?
I
Someone's
didn't
already
actually.
ready
I
up.
think Crossy may have been host. No, sorry, I'll take that back. Dre was hosting this round.
I'm waiting.
Of the
I'm waiting for
championship.
someone to
As you can see, I'm just
say,
sort
like,
of
go to this set, this one or this one.
I'm just waiting around to see
Majority are
what
going
tyres
super softs.
to go on here
Saying that there's a
because
few guys going
wasn't
soft,
sure
so
which
the
tyre to
predicting
start
safety
on
cars,
around
nearly
here, whether
the
it be
whole
the super
grid will be
softs or the
bloody softs.
softs. But we're going to stick with the super soft tyres, I think, from memories. We set off all the formation lap here.
Right, let's
Of
get
course, there'll be a mixture up and down the grid on who starts on what. Of course, you can have a free choice of tyres, whatever you want to start on, whether it be the softs or the super soft tyres. But there's the championship standings. So it's 21 points between Spilly and Wog Boy in the championship standings, and it's pretty much 21 points in the
Assuming these guys are
constructors
predicting
between BWT Ardern
gonna
and
be safety cars.
MP Motorsport there.
I mean, we can go into the
So
softs
it's
very,
pretty
very
equal
quickly.
in points wise. We're
Guys
position
on the
19.
softs.
We've not had the greatest of runs in the
There's a safety
championship
car,
standings.
they'll
You
be
can probably
probably
tell there.
screwed.
There's
Have had that
a
happen in the
spot free
past.
now in Campos because I think it was Grim Reaper. Originally was in
What's the
T1,
cars
but
here?
now has
They'll be
dropped back
angled
to
start
T2.
with, but then they'll just randomly straighten up.
I think
Watch
that might have
this.
been after round 1 as well. I'm not entirely 100% sure on that one, but
There we go.
let's see whether we can
Everybody
actually
is straightened
survive
up. Lovely.
Monaco as we straighten ourselves up. So here we go. We're all set for the feature race at Monaco 5. Red lights. It's a long haul, but let's do it around the Monaco street circuit. It's
Nice
a
launch
pretty
there.
easy, pretty good start there for us there as we got Wog Boy's point of view on the top right of your screen as well.
Shortcut
So I
there.
can throw everything cleanly as I
fuck
say
off.
that. We've gone and hit the wall ourselves there, so not the greatest of starts again for ourselves here. But
fucking bottle, wouldn't it?
yeah, obviously I'm not too
Please be our
thrilled
safety
about that
car.
one, but I was sort of maybe hoping a little bit for a safety car, but I thought, you know what, let's just push on there and see if we can get a decent result. Pure goes for a big dive up
Sorry,
the
Pure.
inside there. I do apologise on my video footage as there goes a part of my wing, I think off Curving, Texas. I did apologise to
Well,
Pure
I suck.
on my full race point of view, which if you haven't seen it, you can go
What is it
check that
now?
out. But yeah, I thought at the time maybe he
First
got
wing
wing damage
now.
as well, but I'm not sure. You can see the amount of wing damage I've got on my car there, so it's quite a big amount of wing. But also, if you haven't seen the previous video, highlights video at Bahrain, then go check that one out. It's here's Stone Tower Pure having a battle at the Novel Chicane. Just taking it nice, of course, he comes through to back as here goes the other bit of our front wing. So I'm looking more than likely we'll have to pit at the end of this lap. But like I said, thankfully we have started on the super soft tyres, so there's probably one bonus around here. You can get yourself on the super soft tyres and then you can probably pit if you had to and get onto the softs as we do that now.
I can't win in this game. I seriously can't. Sorry, Pure, if you were caught up in that incident. That's probably my bad there a little bit.
Then we come to the Dams crew, and this is going to be a change of front
Thank
wing,
God this race
obviously.
is being live
And
streamed.
obviously, yeah, there was no live stream for this one, unfortunately, either. So so we're going to get off the super soft
If
tyres
I get to the end
off
on
to the
these
softs.
I'll be surprised.
Yeah, but we've got a long race to go here. We should have, well, 20-odd laps, 19,
You look
20,
at how bad I am, and look where my teammate is. He's up the front.
20
Fuck me dead.
20-odd laps, 19, 20-odd laps on the soft compounded tyres.
Now, one stop left.
And well, Jeff was saying there's one stop left, but well, at this point in time, I didn't think there was another stop we had to do. So you
Don't
see,
you
it
dare
nearly
hit that
bit
fucking
it in the wall already on the outlap here. So I mean, if that had happened, I would have probably called it a day. But you know, a little lock coming through the Novel Chicane now on the first run through on the soft compounded tyres, but managed to just get away
Zilch chance
that one.
of getting
coming
reverse
through
grip pole.
To the end of lap 2, you can see I'm very much sideways there. And you
I
can
need
see-
3 people to DNF in front of me. Just have any shot of that.
Well, I'd given myself no chance of, as I nearly hit the wall at Sandabot, but managed to get away with that. But I'd virtually give myself zilch Buckley's chance of getting myself a top 8 position, which would mean we get reverse grid pole. So
taking risk-free reward.
just absolutely just trying to give my absolute all here. G-Force Dre, I think, came into the pit lane. I'm going to assume he went for change the front wing as well, or change tyres. But you see, we're just absolutely just giving it an absolute all here on this. Well, flying lap, as we said, a personal best. It's Pure. We're near Pure again, funnily enough. It's obviously we got the undercut on Pure Gold there, as well as curving. It's our G-Force Crichton we didn't, unfortunately. So of course he was a little bit further up the road. But so let's have a look at the replays from the start. He's on board with G-Force Crossy, our pole sitter. It's a pretty decent start off the line there compared with my teammate. Just manages to nip ahead into turn 1. Well, he gets the switch back here to my teammate. So, actually go for the move here down into Beau Rivage into Massenet. Crossy will fight.
God,
there's a bit of contact there as well. Might be a bit of wing damage there from my teammate. Not 100% sure. Crossy's got away with that one. There goes Spilly up the inside.
We sort of went in.
And he's got the move done for P2. So Crossy now has dropped back to position 3 out of all of that. He's on back aboard with Wogboy, who's getting under attack here from G-Force Crichton, as he's been ghosting through there for some unknown reason. As I think about it again, but manages to hang on to that spot for the time being. Back we go to Crossy. He's putting a lot of pressure on Spilly. My teammates actually pulled away here at this early phase, so nice start from him. But Crossy has a little look into Massenet. As I think about it, might be more lined up for Mirabeau Haste, I think it's how you pronounce it. As he has a look into turn 5 here. Should get it done. Might squeeze him out a little bit here, and he does get the move done. So back to position 2 now, and he can chase after my teammate who's been a little bit further up the road here. Here's Wogboy again, who's touched the wall. Actually touched both walls there, Anthony knows. Both the inside and the outside wall there. So it might be under attack here very shortly from G-Force Crichton. He's going to squeeze his way through around Massenet. Somehow managing to get away with it. Might have got a little bit of a tap there from behind. That might have been G-Force Dre there. Might have given him a little nudge. Not 100% sure on that one. When he gets the move done. Jeff telling him to get the strategy option. And here comes the race leaders into the pit lane to get off the super soft compounded tyres. And remember, there's a few guys that are starting on softs, so they'll do the opposite strategy. They will not want to hope for a safety car at this point in time, because that would pretty much ruin their strategy. So softs for Crossy in the Carlin entry, and as well as my teammate. Now you stay status quo for the time being. Don't think anybody else coming to the pit lane here, but the nearest guy I think is Stone Towel. I'm not 100% sure, but these guys leave the pit lane. There's Towel, as I say it. So I think he's done a bit of a jump there on Crossy. Actually not quite 100% sure on that one, but Crichton, I think he actually got the run there up by Rivage, but Crossy shut the door very, very quickly there. It's fair play as well. I think from the look of that footage anyways, but down to back to our point of view here. This is we're back up to position 9 now. We've got up position, trying to battle away here with Pure. This was obviously during the time that my teammate came into the pit lane. A bit of understeer there coming out of the Mirabeau, Portier, my apologies. But Pure might have a go here at the Novel Chicane, which I do leave room here to try and go around the outside. Somehow we don't get a corner cut from that, and Pure does an absolutely fantastic job there at the Novel Chicane. Around the outside, which obviously will turn to the inside. That's a fair play move there for Pure. Around the outside at the Novel Chicane. We get a lot on the power. The wheel spin is just absolutely phenomenal in these cars. You just get on the power too early and you lose the back end quite a lot. So he cuts on lap 8. As there's a yellow flag actually further on, looks like around the swimming pool section there. And I think it's from the sound of it, looks like Wogboy, and I think you can tell from the graphic on the top left of your screen. I think it is Wogboy. I might have to have a look at a
serious contender.
A replay. Actually, here we go, right on cue. So here comes Wogboy. I think he just touches the curb coming through Louis Chiron there, and actually goes for a spin, just managing to keep it out of the wall there. But obviously he has to watch out for oncoming cars, even though he is ghosted, just to be on the safe side, because you never know with this game. But manages to just get away with that without any scratch on the car. Now back we go to Crossy. Going to put pressure here on Stone Towel. Meanwhile, it's got Crichton up his inside as well.
Oh my
This
God.
will be interesting here. They can't afford to let my teammate get away here. That was an awkward position there to get it for a move, I think, at Louis Chiron. There's Wogboy. As Crossy now gets the 3-second time penalty, so he's going to try and get this move done.
Oh my
There's
God.
a little bit of contact. I think Crichton's there or thereabouts. There might be contact again. Might give him a little bit of a squeeze there, but I think Zach's going to get the move done. In the end, though, maybe a little bit cheeky, but he's in a bit of a mood here, is Crichton, by the looks of things. So he might try and... Oh, big sideways moment there for G-Force Crichton. Actually may have given to Stone Towel a bit of a nudge there in the rear end, but got away with it. Jesus. Got away with 2 moments there, to say the least. He might have a little bit of a closer go here, lap 9, into the Novell chicane. Nearly similar to what Pure Gold did, but he gets this move pretty well stitched up here as Crossy thinks about it. Going out of the Novell chicane, Stone Towel gets sideways up the inside into Tabac. He rarely get 2 cars through there, but he got the move done. He probably wasn't overly too through with Stone Towel being what he called a little bit slow. Wogboy getting very, very sideways. Very sideways, actually. Too much sideways. There goes G-Force Dre. So he's still battling on with this wing damage here as best he can. Of course, he is on the soft compounded tyres, so he will want to stretch that out as long as he can to get onto the super soft tyres for later on.
English.
Getting a little bit close to the wall then to back, but just managed to avoid that one. But yeah, he'd be trying to push down to the super soft tyres, which I think they only well, you probably saw 6-7 laps.
Got that confirmed.
As I'm telling him, I think Jeff to shut up for the time being. Just let me focus here. So Wogboy will be pushing as long as he can. Well, possibly potentially change the front wing and obviously get onto the super soft tyres. There goes, just lets Pure Gold go through there, I think, on a different strategy, of course. So we come up now on Beau Rivage and Massenet through to lap 12. Gap was slowly but surely starting to close in to the front of, to Wogboy. Of course, the next car behind me is curving. He's a little bit further down the road. About 16, 17 seconds, I think, further down the road here. Nice and
we start to catch
through.
him, that must be a sign.
But probably at this point, I didn't realise he had front wing damage as well. So the time is starting to slowly close down as we nearly understand the wall of Portier.
The gap to the car
Update.
is 7.6 seconds. They're on old softs. Their tyres are 11 laps old. The time last lap was a 1 minute 26.2. You're taking 2.5 seconds out of them each lap. They have a time penalty of 6.0. 3 seconds will be added to their time at the end of the race.
You just see I touched the wall there coming through to back. But importantly, Wogboy's got 6 seconds worth of penalties. What have I got? I can't even remember. I don't think I've got a penalty at this stage. But here he is now at the end of lap 12, finally getting the front wing changed. This is probably about the point where you want to get onto the super soft tyres, but of course they will wear out. And I think I've mentioned this before. I think Wogboy's a pad player, so, and looking at the tyre wear, I think the fronts will probably get a little bit worn in these on these tyres, well, especially if you're on the controller. So that's a bit of an awkward pit lane exit there. Gets a warning there for crossing the pit lane exit.
They're on old softs. Their tyres are 12 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:28.4. We're gaining by around 4 seconds per lap. They have a time penalty of 6.0. 3 seconds will be added to their time at the end of the race.
So 6 seconds as well. I think that was for Stone Towel. Now, he's probably our next target as we pick up
time penalty.
Actually, that's my first time penalty, I think, of the race by the sound of that. So
to avoid it, but no.
Couldn't quite get away with it in the end. But obviously, Wogboy fell in behind us here, and now Stone Towel has come into the pit lane.
The P8. Hello.
So obviously, he has to go into the super soft tyres. So this P8 is now looking a little bit more promising here at this stage in lap 14.
If I can stay here, this will be scenes and a half.
Imagine the scenes if I were to stay at P8, because that'd mean I'd start from a reverse group pole for the next race in the sprint one. And of course, I've got to be very cautious, don't lock up too much and end up in the wall.
Doing that.
As I keep telling myself that to just stop doing that, locking the brakes too much there, but
it's curving.
lap 18, there's a lap car ahead of us there that's curving. There he is, so he just pulls off to the side of the road there. Just lets us do our own thing. He's well and truly off the pace here at Monaco that he has been in the past couple of rounds, where he's actually been pretty good. See around, well, when I say the past rounds, like Bahrain, the Netherlands, and Spain. So I think from memory, but got the yellow indicator on here. Is there's a bit of yellow flags. It looks like Stone Tower, I think, and Wogboy may have had a potential coming together. Not 100% sure of that. We'll have a look on the replay here. So this is Wogboy now on the relatively older now super soft tyres. Let's see what happens through here. Oh no, Stone Tower's actually done that to himself. He's hit the wall then. I'm not sure if there's contact afterwards, but that may have ended up like front wing damage there.
Is 15.1 seconds. They're on old super softs. Their tyres are 6 laps old. The time last lap was a 1 minute 23.8. They have a time penalty of 6.0. 3 seconds will be added to their time at the end of the race.
Okay, so still 6 seconds there for Wogboy, which obviously I've got a 3-second time penalty. So as long as I can keep the gap at this point to 3 seconds, that's the main thing. But now this is just to throw a spanner into the works.
Oh, don't do this to me now.
Because I've forgotten about this rule. It's been a fair while since I've...
It's lap 3, isn't it?
Yeah, which I've sort of just realised now that in the Formula 2 races, I think you have to complete a minimum of 3 laps, I think, before you can actually come into the pit lane. So that's going to ruin our strategy. Is Wogboy's hit the wall. He's got front wing damage. His fronts look very worn as well on the super soft tyres. So
keep forgetting.
He might be under attack as I lose the back end.
On reverse grid pole. There goes that chance.
Yeah, so I pretty much conceded defeat here. Bearing in mind, I did not know that had happened to Wogboy at that point in time. So
I am an idiot. I am a dead set idiot.
Basically, I should have just stayed out for the first 3 laps and then come into the pits after that, and then we would have been home and host to maybe get P8. But we have to make a late strategy call here to come back into the pit lane. But
pit lane. Fuck me, I forgot all about it.
Thankfully, we try and avoid going on to another set of softs, compounded tyres. Otherwise, that probably would have ruined our chance for the sprint race. So we have to go back onto the super soft tyres, which isn't too bad to say the least, because there's pretty much only 1 lap to go here. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, there goes Wogboy now.
If it disqualifies me when I come out of the pits, I'll be pissed.
So just had to double check, obviously, but thankfully it didn't disqualify us. But thankfully there's a bit of a margin to the Stone Tower, as I accidentally crossed the pit lane exit white line here. So basically,
push.
Yeah, that's all I've got to do is just give it everything, push to try and close this gap in, because basically I only need to close the gap to 3 seconds between myself and Wogboy, and I got reverse grid pole here. As G-Force Crichton's actually crossed the line to win the feature race, but I think he's had a lot of penalties, so ACW I think will take the victory here. Meanwhile, while it's all important up the front there, it's important here as well, because I'm just literally just giving it my all here, and I think this is the same set that I started on, if I'm not mistaken. So still got some relatively good rubber up our sleeve here. The gap is just starting to come under 3 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. There's Wogboy in the foreground. And I think I've just realised probably he's actually got some sort of damage, or potentially, if I'm closing this gap at a rate of knots here. But I really can't afford to make an error, because if I get out of that 3 second window, then Wogboy's got reverse grid pole for the sprint race. You can see we're making up a lot of ground here coming through Raskas here. We're nearly right all over the back of him here. So in theory, we should come across the line in P8 to be P9 on track.
I honestly don't know. Is it enough? Yes, it is enough. How the hell have we done that? Oh, my days.
You could tell how shocked I was that I actually managed to get P8 out of all of that. As like I had said in the earlier on, that I'd
doing the drifting,
basically given up on position getting P8.
Oh, never mind. ACW won the race
for reverse grid pole. Wow, my words, all over the shop here. But
Very
curving,
nice, curving.
Just
Very
doing
nice.
a little bit of drifting across the line.
Very good.
He's the last
I think
remaining
he's still
runner.
got the top 10 as well.
I think he finished in the top 10 as
Yes.
well, potentially.
Oh, my days.
With Stone Tower finishing at P11. G-Force Crichton does get the driver of the day,
Jacket's
even though I
driver
think
of
he
the
dropped
day.
a
No,
lot
so
of
hell.
positions, and I think he may have even dropped off the podium, if I'm
Now
not
I'm
mistaken.
going to be a sitting duck. You just watch me.
This is me just talking about like what's going to happen the next race. So that was the podium from the first race of the feature race at Monaco. So it was ACW that took the victory in the end, ahead of G-Force Crossy, I think I was, in position 2. And my teammate Cloudsy, I think he's got his first podium, so big congrats to him.
It's definitely going to be a copyright there.
We'll just get a little bit more XP there. It's as I go quickly turn off my television very quickly so I don't show any thing I shouldn't be showing anyway. But yeah, there's their final results there. So it's ACW ahead of G-Force Crossy and Cloudsy, my teammate, in P3. Nice job. Spilly at P4. G-Force Crichton, I think, at P5 in the end. So he dropped a lot of spots. Dre in 6th. 7th was Pure Gold, and P8 it goes to myself. So and then P9 Wogboy, and then I think, well, no, actually, I'll take that back. Stonetail finishes in 10th.
Oh my
I think
days.
Kirby finished 11th.
Started this far up on the grid in freaking ages.
Yeah, so
Softs. Pretty simple strategy. No stop. Hopefully they're not used. I'll be pissed if they are.
you can tell I'll be not happy
these
if I'll
guys
be
behind me. This is going to be fucking... Oh, God. I'm not looking forward to this.
So you can tell I'm very excited for this race start,
Can I
that is for
finish in the
sure.
top 8? It's a tough ask. Well, I'll give it a shot. And it's me that's going to be leading this. Fuck. I'm not...
And here we go. We're about to set off for the formation lap. Now, to be fair, I have not let a formation lap in what feels like ages. Whenever I last got my last pole position, which I think was back on
I've not
F1
done this
2018.
ever. Yep, they are fresh. Good.
And I don't think I've done this in a Formula 2 car from memory. It's
Dave,
Pure gave me a little bit of a scare there. I thought he was going to slam up my ass then, but
I don't know.
thankfully
Please pray. Just
He-
pray for me.
he did the right thing
I can
and
survive this.
got a bit of a gap there, or got on
I've
the brakes very
absolutely got
quickly.
no
So
hope against these quick guys. Let's just say that.
fingers crossed we can get through this cleanly. So here we go for the sprint race at Monaco 5. Red lights. Let's do it around Monaco. Another one last time here. And it's actually a decent start off the line. We get a good start here into turn 1. And we lead comfortably into
Somehow I
turn
got
1.
that start.
So it was actually
hello.
pretty
There's a crash
decent
in the
start
background.
there compared to, well, I actually felt like it was a pretty decent, well, not quite a Mick Schumacher style start like he did in the Formula 2 2020 season, but you see in the background, it looks like
gonna
one of
assume
the
that's
ART's cars, as you can hear there. I think it was G-Force Dre.
Go on.
That's had it coming together there with somebody. We'll get some replays in a second as we just
shit.
make the Noble chicane, even though I had to take a
Had to
warning
take that one.
there for corner cutting. We're maintaining our gap at the moment here. You just see the proximity arrow still there or thereabouts there, but we lead lap 1 here at Monaco, so at the Circuit de Monaco. I think that's the right name for it. I'll be pissed if it's not, but fastest lap time, obviously, because it's the first flying lap around here. Probably won't be the fastest overall, but we'll wait and
Drive it
see.
nice and smooth. Drive it nice
I don't
and
think we're
smooth.
quite at the 1 second window. I could be wrong there, but this is another yellow flag there in the background there. Not sure what that's for. We're just taking it nice and cautiously around here. Just playing the pacing games. Another yellow
That's
flag.
curving around, please. Maybe bring out a safety car, maybe not. I don't know.
Well, it's sort of a 50-50 really, whether to bring out a safety car or not, because, well,
Hate that. Maybe I should go.
if the safety car comes out, maybe some guys could pit, but others may not. So we'll wait and see. As we now set the fast lap of the race, which will probably be succeeded very quickly. I think that
have to
might
take
have been
that
a
one.
warning. As Crossy now sets the fastest lap of the
Oh,
race.
that's a bit better.
There's our second warning. I think we're definitely now over a second gap now to Pure Gold. So not looking too bad here. I actually got quite a bit of a rhythm going from that last race as well. So anyway, let's have a look at the replays from the start here. So on board with G-Force Crossy. So he started from position 6 or 7 into turn 1, just playing it nice and cautiously behind here. And I think both the ARTs here have made contact. So that's Crichton and Dre have come together. That won't go down too well down at ART. There's Wogboy and Crichton will go side by side through here through Casino. As I think Crossy, have a look at my teammate up the inside. As Crichton just slides his way through, and Wogboy, Crossy backs out of it.
Oh my god.
And now it's pretty much a car park down here at the hairpin. but thankfully got away with it. I think Wogboy tried to go around the outside, but no can do around there. So these guys will have to settle in behind for the time being. Let's have a look on board with Wogboys. This would be, I think, a fairly decent view from here. Let's see. So actually, yeah, it's a decent start here. Does Wogboy gets past ACW pretty quickly there. Here to turn 1. You'll see the ARTs just in the foreground there. And then there was a little bit of contact there. Not sure whether one got squeezed into the wall or what, but just Wogboy take full advantage of that. Around the inside, and then he'll go try to go around the outside here to Casino. Of course, Crichton is still there. This is still for position. I think and then obviously Zach just slid it in literally to get the position, hold on to the position out of turn 5, and obviously there's a little bit of bumping going on. That might explain why he was under attack there, because Zach ran a little bit wide at the hairpin. Nearly hit the wall there, but was lucky to get away with that one. And then back we go to lap 2. Oh, Seb getting a little bit sideways there, but that's probably going to cost his run there. But he managed to hang on. He gets front wing damage as well, so that's not going to help him. He manages to just hang on over ACW there. But ourselves back up the front here as Stone Town now retires.
In the pits.
We're not doing too bad here at the moment. We're holding on to a gap here.
Roscoe's doing work.
Okay, well, I wouldn't say I'm doing work, but I mean, we're doing all right at the moment here. We're managing to hang on to our position here for the moment, and
It's not bad, a 10th off the pace.
you can see the pace-wise. I think ACW now set the fastest up the race, but
weaknesses between the two of us.
yeah, you can tell. I think there's a little bit. It might be, like I said, strengths and weaknesses in certain parts of the track. I think
Shit.
as get our first 3 second time penalty in a race. That's cost us a lot of margin as well to Pure behind. But I felt like potentially there was some parts of the circuits where I was good at, and then some parts of the circuits where Pure was good at. As Curving is retired in the pit lane, so we're down to 9 runners now, I think. You can see that proximity arrows right all over us here. But we've survived 4 laps so far in P1. But now the attacking pressure will start to come from Pure behind. And don't count out Spilly as well. But at the moment, it's just Pure and me in this battle. But we keep fighting the way we are. And it won't be too long before the other guys will start to catch up here. So we just give a little nudge to the wall there coming through the swimming pool. But managing to get away with it through Raskas. And up through the final corner, and Anthony knows. And we just managed to hang on for the time being.
Might do. We'll wait and see.
Might have just got a little bit of front wing damage. It might have been just a very tiny bit of front wing damage there, but I think we just got away with that one. He's on board here with Crossy up the inside of a teammate.
Oh, that's bad.
Lock up. A little bit of a lock up there, and it might have set my teammate into the wall then.
Sorry.
If anything, ACW is going to take full advantage of that, and I think Crossy is going to let my teammate go through here because he felt like that wasn't a fair pass. So, I mean, fair play to Crossy there.
Probably
Putting hands up, and obviously gives the position back. But
Jeff, shut
lap
up.
7 now. We're still somehow at P1, as I'm telling Jeff to just shut up, just let me focus at this point in the race, because I've still got Pure right all over my arse here. I'm still even surprised I've survived 6 laps at this point in P1.
For fuck's sake.
And again, I make an error at the Novell chicane. I'm really struggling there. Keep on locking the brakes down there at the Novell chicane, so hence why I'm losing all this momentum to Pure behind. To be fair, he's keeping me honest here through the swimming pool chicane. I think that is the swimming pool chicane. I'm not 100% sure. Now through into La Rascas. Around the final corner. Because again, he'll get the DRS, but it is
very close there, lads. I got to say.
It is good. Look, it is pretty close, obviously, but obviously there's only one DRS straight. There's obviously down the front straight, but usually Monaco's a tricky passing track around here. So if you've got to try and pass, you've got to make it work here in the end. So, but lap 9, as we just run it in a little too deep there into turn 1. This might be our first.
Fucking loss.
Might be the first time we lose the lead of the race here. Pure going to go around the inside into Massenet. I'll leave the door open here. I will have the inside line here for Casino. But just
How are we
running a
doing
little
this?
bit deep here. Have to take the big hump over here. And here goes Pura up the inside.
Probably got me
He
now.
goes side by side here. And in the end, I have to yield. So,
Well done,
it
mate.
was...
Well done.
Yeah, I said fair play to Pure.
That's it. P1 was no guarantee.
Yeah, so it was at this rate. It was definitely not. The win was definitely not going to be on track, as I nearly lose the back end. I
how
nearly
did I
could
not
have
lose a
binned it
win
there, all in one go there.
Bye, Pure.
And off goes Pure. So he
I'll
looks
try
like
and
he's
hold
got the
these
pace
guys up for you.
he looks like he's got the pace at the moment there, but. Now I'm just going to try and hold on to position 2 here as best I can. His yellow flags, virtual safety car
virtual safety
has
car.
been deployed as G-Force Crichton is out of the Grand Prix.
This is a little breather.
Looks like he may have hit the wall there, not 100% sure what's gone on there, but it gives us...
Wait, how did Zach...
And you can tell how shocked I am with where Zach is as car has crashed. You can probably just see in the foreground maybe, not really, but he's just crashed there at Raskas there. It was a bit hard to it's a bit hard to tell, really. I don't know whether he was trying to remove on Spilly or what, but it's not really all worked out or something. But in the end, he's ended up in the wall. So it was something. It's just very weird at the time, really. So, but anyway, the virtual safety car comes to an end at pretty much at the hairpin. We're still trying to hang on. Well, at this rate, it'll be position 3 at worst, so we have to try our absolute best here as Wogboy just manages to make it through. The Novel chicane gets a little bit sideways, and then here comes ACW around the outside and gets the move done. Very nicely done there for ACW, so Wogboy struggling a little bit.
5 seconds. They're on old softs. Their tyres are 11 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:22.2. They're building a lead of 0.6 per lap. They have a time penalty of
another virtual safety car.
3 seconds will be added to their time at the end of the race.
The virtual safety car has just been deployed.
What about Spilly
Gap
behind?
to the car behind is 0.8 seconds. They're on old softs. Their tyres are 11 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:22.8.
He's got
So
0.
I think from memory, if that
Yeah, I
serves me
know.
correctly, Pure's got a 3-second time penalty. I've got a 3-second time penalty, and Spilly has 0. So at this rate, unless Pure builds a 3-second gap over me, and it's obviously it's Spilly's to win, Spilly's to lose here, I should say. But Pure can get that gap over 3 seconds. He's got this run in the bag. I think this is probably what caused the virtual safety car. So Crossy and Cloudsy going side by side here. But then Cloudsy has a little sideways moment coming out of there and ends up collecting
He lit the rears up on
Crossy there. And yeah, that
fucking
actually brings out the virtual
exit.
safety
Hit the
car. So
wall
that
and
must have been
bounced to the other side of
for the
wall.
front wing damage all over the track there.
I've done
But,
it, but I'm lucky I didn't do that.
But yeah, fortunately for Crossy and Cloudsy, have both got
Don't
front wing
do
damage here.
anything
So
silly.
just take it cautiously here to make sure I don't go exceed the delta time here. But it may have cost me bad time here because obviously Pure may have nailed that. And I think Spilly has actually gained a lot of time here. It might actually put me under the pressure here coming through Raskas, but I think we'll just manage to hang on for the time being. But you can tell he's right all over my
Fucking
rear
hell,
end
Spilly,
here
where the
in
hell
that
did you come
BWT car. I actually had a feeling he may have a go here up into Beau Rivage and Massenet. You see how close he is all over the back here.
Please, Spilly, spare me.
Going to have a look up the inside at Massenet. I
Go if
break
you
a
want
little
to,
bit
I
deep
don't
here.
care.
And now through Casino, we managed to get into the corner probably about right there. And now we're just managing to hang on.
No, I thought he was going to go for the move. My bad.
Yeah, I thought he was going to go for the move as well, but in the end, he thinks better of it here. So I think at this rate, well, probably he might be thinking if he stays behind, obviously he will get position 2, because obviously he got the 3-second penalty, and I think Pure is definitely pulling away. He's got nearly over 3-second gap already. So
Oh, Cloudsy.
as my teammate's actually retired, and I was probably a little bit disappointed at that time. And I think
Shame, mate.
on the live stream, if there was a live stream, I can't remember, but
Nice and
I
slack.
might actually correct myself. There might have been a live stream. I can't actually remember. But here's Crossy coming in for a late pit stop here. I think he's going to go for a fastest lap attempt, so he'll change the front wing. I don't think there's really too much to gain
this is
from
a
this.
long pit
The
stop.
super
Oh,
soft
shit.
tyres. I think Dre might have done the same thing. The
I
way
sat
he
there
goes.
for
So,
15.5 seconds.
but yeah,
That's fucked.
that might have been actually a stream because I think Smeg might have done it. But yeah, I was a little bit disappointed, to be honest, with
One more to
Cloudsy, if I'm honest, because well, he was still in a points-paying position. Even if he just finished the race, it would have been still a good points haul for Dams there. So I think Spec also was disappointed in him as well. So, but we're on the way home here now. Pure's got the gap nearly 3.5, or is it a bit more, nearly 4 seconds? I'm not actually sure there, but we're still managing to hang on in front of Spilly here at this point. So even at this point, I'm still shocked that Spilly has a goal for the move, but I think he's probably playing the more cautious game because he's in the championship fight. He's still ahead of Wogboy, but he'll still finish in P2, obviously, with our 3-second penalty when it gets added on at the end of the race. But to be fair, it's been a pretty decent weekend nonetheless. So maybe it's just because of the different car, maybe. I'm not 100% sure because you probably have could tell I've been in Sergio Santa Camara's car. This is obviously 2019 cars for the first part of the season. Then I switched across.
Someone's lost a bit of wing. Actually, no, it'll be Pure.
So they actually thought that Pure may have lost a little bit of wing there, but I'm not 100% sure about that one. But you see now I've actually switched to Nicholas Latifi's car here because obviously with the different sponsorship, and obviously he's now a Williams driver. But across the line, it's going to be P2 on track.
P3 in the end.
But it's going to be P3 in the end. So that means...
Yes, it is P3. Woo!
I'm pretty happy with that because that is our first ever podium, I think, in F2.
All right, man.
Yes, albeit it is in the sprint race. I get it, but heck, I'll take it.
Man.
Literally, that's especially around the streets of Monaco. That is
all the
what more can I say, really?
Nearly
Dre
it.
comes across the line there in position 7. I think he'll get points.
Very nice,
so nice drifting there from Dre in the end. He'll get some points there, but
P3. Hey, I'll take it.
yeah, pretty decent weekend. P8, a few points there, and P3, not too bad.
ACW gets driver today.
Started on reverse grid pole. ACW gets the reverse grid. Driver of the day, I should say. There we go. But I think it's pretty much a double Trident win, if I'm not mistaken, considering Pure wins the second race. So Trident are looking pretty decent. Probably have to keep an eye on it in the later rounds, but yeah, Pure take the win over Spilly there in P2, and then myself in P3. We'll have a look at the full race results there in a second as we go up a tier. I think with this podium pass thing, still don't understand it really why we have to pay, but anyway, it is what it is really. But so the final results: so Pure, Spilly, myself out of 1, 2, and 3. It's ACW, I think, at position 4. I can't even read it from here. Wogboy in P5, Crossy in P6, gets the fastest lap of the race as well, so he get the extra couple of bonus points, I think there is. Dre in 7th, yeah, a little bit disappointed with Cloudsy in P8 there. It could have got a point at least anyway, but that was the results for the weekend. Can't actually remember who got the weekend overall there, but you would have all seen it there on your screen anyway. So the championship standings now looks a little bit different. It's 37 points now between Spilly and Wogboy, so that gap has now extended a little bit further, and Pure Gold is now up into P3 since Swaggy was not here, so there'll be movers and shakers up and down the grid. So Swaggy drops back into position 4 there. Crossy into P5. ACW P6. Plez, of course, who wasn't racing this weekend, in P7. Clouds, my teammate, with that podium. He gets P8. Aaron, is it Aaron? Actually, no, sorry. He's at Kush in position 9, and GeForce Aaron rounds out your top 10. Constructors, it looks a little bit closer here with BWT Arden on 126 points. Only 6 clear now of Trident, so they've made some big inroads this weekend. So, like I said, you've got to keep an eye out for Trident because they could play a factor later on. Carlin in P3. Not a great weekend for MP Motorsport, obviously with just the Wogboy this weekend. They're still ahead. Pramer in P5. Campos in 6. Dams, we made some good inroads, so we're only 4 points behind Campos there. You and I, Virtuosi, ART, and Sharu round out your 10. So there's the overall results. We did jump up in the standings quite a bit, actually, into position, where were we? 13 there. So we've gained a couple of spots. 6 spots since the last round, so that's some good inroads there for us there. So that's really important, especially after the horror we've had so far. Pretty much scoring no points at all. Bahrain, well, sort of being outside the points, and then pretty much 4 DNFs really, from the Netherlands and Spain. So, yeah, pretty much I'll take it. So, if I could maybe get a top 10 result in this championship, then I'll be pretty happy with myself. Pretty much everyone's been clean so far in the license points, driver license points, so nothing too much to show there. But yeah, that'll do it for this round here at the Monaco Grand Prix in F2. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give it a big smash on that like button. As always, you can leave your comments down below. Subscribe to my channel for plenty more RaceSpec F1 esports content on F1 2020, plus plenty more video gaming content as well. As always, all my social media links will be down in the description. Plus, you can check out the links below for the RaceSpec F1 esports socials, their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages, plus their YouTube and Twitch channels. You can check out all the live streams, plus I'll leave a link below if you want to come and join to their Discord channel. Their link should be down below. But yeah, until the next time, whenever that may be, it is goodbye, and I'll see you all next time.